Adobe, I'll call this the Adobe browser. And it's incredibly difficult, so please bear with me if this fails. I'll go to Design View, minimize this a little bit, and I'll take a text input field for the URL. Scale this a little bit. I'll take a button to trigger the loading, so I'll say this is go. And now I'll take an Adobe AIR component and I'll take the HTML component. So I'll put this here. Okay. So the UI is done in 30 seconds or so. Now, I give this an ID, I'll call this HTML. I'll give the text input also an ID, I'll call this URL. And on the button, I'll write some code and say, click is html.location equals url.text. So, did I make a mistake here? Let's see. This is always the tricky bit. This should be a different name. Let's call this
address.
Call. So now I'll change this to address to text. Okay, no errors. So now, if all goes well, I'll have let's wait for it. I have a working browser. Yes. Fantastic. It even runs Flash inside of HTML inside of AIR. So if I right click on this, you'll see that I can zoom in and actually run Flash inside of HTML inside of AIR. So that's quite impressive. So you could easily build your own company browser or slideshow thing with this. It's very easy. It's not even 10 lines of code. So that's always an impressive demo, but what I think is more impressive is this one. And that shows you how the HTML is integrated inside of the display list. So if you think about it, the HTML is actually rendered inside. It's not on top, it's not in the middle, it's actually in there. So you can do anything you want with that. And I'll show you this example here. So this is a little more developed browser that took me about maybe 3 minutes. So it loads Adobe, but I've put a little thing here that allows me to do a couple of things, like I, for example, can change the rotation. And the nice thing is that it's rendered inside of the Flash player, so I can still do anything here with this. It's still fully interactive. I can type, I can change the alpha transparency here. There could be something underneath that shows through. So I can just put this back. And just for fun, I thought I'd add something here, like a Friday night simulator after going back from work, and you want to see how you would see a website after a couple of beers. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the nice thing is it's still working, like you can still select this, still type something and it's still working. So if I unblur this, you should see my name here somewhere. So that is just a simple example of how HTML can integrate with AIR. It's fun. Actually, one of the evangelists at Adobe did a browser that rotates in 3D. So it's got no practical use, but it's very fun to see. Okay, making good progress. Let's see what's next. File system access. That's very important for AIR because you'll probably